everybody. What's up? It's me, your boy, Sticks in Charge. This is what I'm wearing today, everybody. Look how small I am, you all. Can you all see? It's my pants, black and white pants, and my black and white polo shirt. I had a good day at work today. Let's the back. I said, you know what? Today, I am going to do a vlog for my subscribers because you all deserve it. So I got home from work, brought my trash cans in, went through my mail, poured me a glass of wine and some water. I'm heating my cabbage up now because I'm gonna eat some cabbage because I haven't had lunch today, you all. So today was a work day in the office for me. Hold on. Before I was rudely interrupted, what I had said was, I got off work, today is Wednesday. I said I'm gonna do something special for my YouTube friends. And I have not had anything to eat all day, no lunch, nothing. So I'm hungry. So I am eating leftovers, everybody. But it's all good. I love leftovers. So I'm gonna have everything plated up. I'm gonna go downstairs and get everything set up. So make sure you stay with me so that we can have dinner together. All right, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Welcome back, family. Hold on, take my glasses off. You all had a busy day at work today. When I say busy, it was very busy. So, if you're new to my channel, I want to say thank you very much for checking me out. And most importantly, thank you for stopping by. I'm about to starve. Salute. So, if you have not checked out my video, I think I uploaded it a couple days ago. It's my last, no, it was fairly recent. Anyway, I'm eating my spicy Send Your Soul to Hell fried cabbage, sliced beets, tomatoes, cucumbers. To cool things down. And I'm sitting in my basement. And since we talk about hell and hot in this same video, I think we better pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this food I'm about to receive to provide the nourishment for my body. But Lord, most importantly, I want to thank you for the farmers, for the people who plant the seeds, who take care of the crops so that I can eat. And blessed are the those who have stores to sell the food, the things that we eat and drink and wear and, aspirins, all those things. And Lord, please anoint all the farmers. I know they're struggling, Lord. It's a sad thing that people who manufacture the food are the ones probably hungry and starving. And here I am, ungrateful, unworthy. And I'm sitting here eating food because I can afford to put food in my belly. Lord, there are many hungry people in this world. Lord, please give them food so they may fill their bellies and be healthy and live a longer life. Lord, please anoint all of my followers. Lord, I want to thank you for every blessing that you have given me and that you're going to give me. And Lord, I appreciate you for making examples for me to follow and yet use me to be a lesson in the challenges that I have to learn to succeed and be a better man in my life. In this I pray, Lord, amen. Yes. Uh-oh. I'm glad I prayed. This is good. Very good. Very, very good. All this spice, I needed something to cool me down. I'm hot. I'm not hot yet. You guys, I love tomatoes and cucumbers. So this is a vegan meal. There's no meat, all veggies. You all, I apologize, but I did not eat anything all day today. So I'm definitely about to starve. You know, why is it when we say grace, if you say grace, we never give thanks. We always give thanks to the cook. But why not the farmers? To people who raise cattle, grow vegetables, and we know they're going through hard times because of the drought, and they are suffering big time. But yet we're sitting here eating food like without a care in the world, without understanding their struggles. Do you all think about that? I do. I always think about it. I think about it a lot. I really do. Sorry, y'all. Oh, this is my trusted friend here. Pellegrino water with lime in it. It's good. It's spicy. Whew. Oh yeah. Oh. Tomato. These tomatoes are good. Very good. Oh. Let's get my glasses out the way, you all. Can't break those glasses. Glasses are expensive. And then to the farmers, manure is expensive. Well, fertilizer. Gas is expensive. And if your machine breaks down, I'm sure the repairs are expensive. My nose is running. Last night, I could not sleep a wink. I tossed and turned all night last night. And I was gonna wear my contacts. Got my trusted friend. First drink today. That's Chardonnay. That Sutter Home Chardonnay, I love it. And I love Yellowtail Shiraz red wine. I love it. I started to put more cabbage on my plate, but I'm glad I didn't I'm getting full. And that's the thing. When you eat 1 meal per day, your stomach, it shrinks. But because I eat a lot of veggies, I also get bloated. Like sometimes I get bloated. I knew that was gonna happen. I hope I don't splatter my shirt. Cause I'd be a mad MFer. So, how was your day at work today? I hope you guys had a beautiful day. I'm gonna eat some more of this tomorrow. Make no mistake about it. On my way home, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about, you know, where food comes from in the world. Because I used to be a vegan, I'm up and down. A lot of people think they're a vegan, but I think there are different levels to being a vegan. A vegan. Yes, vegans are vegan. I'm talking about a holistic vegan, meaning that you don't eat any kind of processed foods. This cucumber, that's good. Okay. I cannot eat anymore. I cannot do it. Wow. I'm actually about to pop. By the way, this white tray is on top of Yellow Bowl. I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond. Once I belch, I'll be good. My problem is I eat too fast. Oh my God, my stomach. You guys, I feel like a typical Thanksgiving day, you know, you eat so much food, all you can do is roll from side to side. I ate too much food. Oh my God. If I belch, I'll be all right. I'll be just fine. I should have stopped. And I'm so glad I didn't put any more cabbage on my plate. Oh my God. Then the cabbage, my cabbage was on the, not the raw side, but I don't like mine cooked all the way. But if you choose to, excuse me, that's much better. Sorry y'all. Now I feel better. Still full though. My mouth is on fire. My mouth is on fire. My mouth is on fire. Let's eat one more tomato. I love tomatoes. The best kind of tomatoes, y'all, is get the ones on the vine. And these are like, I guess they're not small because you got cherry tomatoes. I guess you can still say this is small. When I went to Eastern Market, they had tomatoes the size of grapefruit. These were, I guess, what's called can't pronounce it. Heirloom tomatoes, but it looks really good. And you could tell those were organic. Well, I'm not gonna say organic, but you could tell they were homegrown. A big difference. Oh my God. You all, I am full. No more food for me. My mouth is on fire, but I'm satisfied. And normally when I eat lunch at work, when I was going to work every day, whatever I ate for lunch, that's all I had all day. And usually it's a salad. It's usually a salad, followed by many drinks, beer, wine, and liquor. That's my diet. My diet is liquid. Now I gotta pass gas. I have not done it for a minute on the phone. So if you're new to my channel, hold on. That was kind of quiet. I do fart in my basement, but I don't fart in my kitchen. Because when you are, see, my system is still, I can't say pure because I have been eating meat. But I have not had beef or pork since 1988. But I love seafood. Not all of it, some of it. And I eat chicken and turkey. I don't eat chicken on a regular basis. But I love seafood. So the point I'm trying to make is I'm very, very regular. Not to go gross you out, but it is what it is. Oh my God. I am so glad I didn't put those contacts in. Because if I put those contacts in my eyes, you all, I was going to bed with those contacts in. I'm not going to lie. There have been times I went out drinking and I got home. I looked at that bed and I looked at that bathroom door and I said, not today. And I wear daily disposables. I went to bed with those contacts in my ear. The next morning I got up. You know you get those, I call it eye boogies in your eyes. My eyes were glued together like a grilled cheese sandwich. And the contact on my pupil was even worse. I had to make myself cry so it can lubricate my eyes, so I can slide that contact out. It was rough. That's the only thing about contacts I hate. Sometimes it's hard. It's easy to put them in, but it's kind of hard to take them out. And then if you put them in and you can't tell, like some people have long eyelashes, and sometimes when you put the contacts in, your eyelashes get in the way. Or an eyelash fall in your eyes. It's on your eye. You can't see it or feel it, but you put that contact in, it feels fine. Then it wants to start acting crazy after you done left the house and you're somewhere else. I get so burnt up about that. I really do. You guys, this is July 4th weekend. We are halfway through this year, whether you ready for it or not. But the one of the things that I will tell you all is this. I don't care what's going on in your life or what you're doing in your life. Make the best of it. I'm telling you, life is too short. During this pandemic, I have buried, well, I didn't go to the funeral for obvious reasons. A lot of my friends and acquaintances and people I know through other people have died. You know, and it's so sad. And I think the worst time for us, for those of you who are in my age group, the worst time for us, you know how hard it is to be in a hospital on your deathbed because you're under lockdown. You can't go see your loved one. You can't have a funeral. And they just pass without any love or support around them. Can you imagine the person on that deathbed, what's going through? I don't even want to think or imagine what's going through their head. Because you're already ill, you're sick, you know you're dying. And to have, excuse me, y'all, excuse me, I'm sorry. That's better. Excuse me. And to have your support system not there by your side to hold your hand and you all exchange I love you to each other and laugh about the good old times, that's worse. That's the worst death to be in. Or what's okay, but death is worse. But what we consider worse is different from people to people. What about people who plan their marriage, renew their vows to a nice destination, but then this crap hit, you know, or somebody giving birth in the hospital and the father can't be there? That's terrible. All I can say is, I don't think, and I hope I'm wrong, I don't think America has seen this worse yet. As a kid, the stuff that I see now, we never had this rap. Never. I would have never thought in a million years there'd be a black man in the White House. I would have never thought that we would have terrorist attacks. I would have never thought that we would have a virus that would wipe out a lot of Americans. And I can't believe that we had the Capitol raided by, you know, angry people for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. And then in the world today, we have so many people just angry. Now, because I'm a real person, you cannot sit up here in your life and everything is going good for you. In other words, you stockpile toilet tissue, paper towels, Kleenex, whatever you want to call, Clorox, food, whatever. You still have a job making the same salary. But you have somebody who's a single parent, even they're married, and they're not making that kind of money and they're struggling. They could have lost their parents at a young age. I mean, people, I always believe this. You are who you are based on how you was brought up or raised. Trust me. You might grow up to be a decent person, but if you have a darkness inside of you, it's going to manifest itself when the right conditions appear. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen to any of you all. And I think it's very important that we get counseling. And not with your friends, because unless you're certified in counseling and giving advice, like people ask me personal questions all the time about what should they do. And I give them my opinion, but I make it very clear. This is strictly my opinion. Now, I'm going to talk about something that's controversial. I don't know how it's going to react. I maybe shouldn't say it. Like, let's take abortions for women. Me personally, I don't think the government has a right to go in your bedroom and tell you what you should and should not do with your body. I mean, how can we sit up here and tell a woman that she can't get an abortion, but in the next breath, we talk about diversity in the workforce and we want to promote women to, you know, key positions. Things are so the only thing about this world today, things are so controversial. So much controversy. You know the commercial I like you all? My favorite commercial. Remember that commercial where this guy and this woman went out on a date? And the commercial, I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the exact statements that they made. And the commercial was about people should say what's on their mind. And the woman say, I don't like you. Or something like, I don't like you. And the guy said, this not going to work out, is it? She said, no, this is not going to ever work out. I think you know what I'm talking about. I love that commercial because that's how I am. I'm very, very upfront and blunt with people. You can be blunt, but be respectful. But there's another side where people can be blunt and be very, very nasty and disrespectful. Stop telling people, everybody, what they want to hear. Tell these people the truth. There's nothing wrong with telling the truth. I don't understand why people, if somebody asks you a question, do you think I'm pretty? Okay, I think you're a beautiful spirit. And beauty is not on the outside. I know a lot of attractive people, but they're ugly as hell on the inside. You can walk around here with the best body, the pretty face, all that stuff. But let your ass get old. All that stuff gonna crumble and pop and bust. Yeah, you might look good on a cover like a book. Yeah, it's a nice cover, but the chapters ain't right. Your life ain't right. You're dark, you're cold, you're nasty, you're evil. These days, kids can't go to school because people are shooting out. They shooting in the churches. They shooting in the malls. Where in the hell can you go and live your life and enjoy yourself? At some point, because we are social creatures. I don't want to sit in this house all the time. I don't mind it. I'm a homebody. Anybody who knows me, I like being home. Everything I need is right here. If I don't have it, I'm going to improvise. So, I don't know. I want all my subscribers. I really do. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. We go to that 9 to 5 every day. I want you all to think outside the box for a minute. It doesn't matter when you start, it's how you end up. That's what's important. The only reason there are 3 reasons, maybe 2 or 3. I give you 3 reasons. The only reason why I am doing YouTube, everybody, because of COVID. COVID-19, you all, I have never, anybody who's ever known me, my friends are still shocked. There was never I didn't have no kind of social media accounts. I barely had a cell phone. I don't know what it was about COVID-19 that made me want to do YouTube. And if you look at my early channels, videos, it looks very, very unpolished. Not to say that I'm polished now, because I'm not. My videos, when you look at thumbnails and the video quality, it's way different. You guys, my YouTube journey will be 2 years in December. I keep someone write that date down. My YouTube journey has been very, very, very frustrating. I have a full-time job. I do taxes, and I'm trying to do YouTube. And not only doing YouTube, I'm trying to understand how all this crap works. Forget about the YouTube algorithm, because the one thing about me is I'm like this. If I make money off this channel, okay, fine. If I don't, I'm good. But the one thing I will say is this. I needed an outlet just to do something different. And one of these days, I would love to meet B Love's Life. She is the one YouTuber who has not persuaded, who has how do you say the word? She's the one YouTuber who I felt, she inspired me. That's the word I'm looking for. She inspired me to do this. And when she became a millionaire doing this, So the only point I'm trying to make is, for everybody out here, I don't care what your side hustle is. These times are different now. That 9 to 5 is temporary. It's not permanent. You all, if you're very good at baking or cooking, okay, open a catering business. If you're good at doing hair, because that's money in those fields. You know, and don't listen to the naysayers. See, that's where we go wrong. I'm sure, and I can testify too, I'm sure we all can. People have said things to us that hurt our courage, that hurt our self-esteem. But that's my motivator. When you get to a certain age, you gotta let that stuff go. You gotta get out there. You gotta make this life work for you. Because you know what? You matter. If you don't love yourself, who in the hell's gonna love you? Love yourself. You matter. So what if your parents say things about you that may not be true? And it may be true. When I say truth, that's their truth, but it may not be your truth. It's okay if you're different. So what? Be different. We got enough Beyoncés in the world. So why do we need more Beyoncés? Got it? Sometimes in life, your family can be your worst enemy. Your friends can be your worst enemy. But the one problem with all that, what I'm about to say, the biggest problem with this is we are our worst enemy. Hell, sometimes your family and friends, they not your worst enemy. They give you some constructive criticism and feedback. We don't want to hear it. We know it's true, but we don't want to hear it. You know, I'm like this. I don't care who you are, what you are, live your life. What you do in your bedroom ain't got nothing to do with what I do in my bedroom. What you shoot in your arms, listen. When I close my videos out, the recent ones, some of them, I'm a firm believer, mind your own damn business. So people, they still might get in your business. I don't get in people's business because your business is none of my business. I really don't care. Only time I'm gonna care is if you bring something to me. One promise I made to myself on this YouTube channel, and I'm gonna and you all better hold me to this. If I get a nasty nasty comment, I'm not gonna bring life to that. Now I say that now because I don't have that many subscribers. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future. Now I'm not gonna ever say never, but sometimes you gotta let people have that moment. Listen, sometimes we are the recipient of a bad attitude, because trust me, I don't issue many bad attitudes. I work, trust me. I have lashed out at people who it was not about them. And so hold up, if we're gonna be transparent on this camera, let's be really transparent. Oh no, I did lash out a lot of people, innocent people. They had nothing to do with my anger. All my anger stemmed from what was up in here. It was me. It wasn't them. Well, sometimes it was them, but most times it was not good. People sit back and laugh at me. When I was in my 20s, you all, I had credit cards maxed out to the max. Creditors suing me. I was wearing linen suits and sandals in the wintertime. And people look at me now like I have arrived. Oops, sorry. I don't care if you Oprah, Tyler Perry, them billionaires, you have not arrived. Now, you tell me you arrived when you go sit on the table beside Jesus Christ himself. Then you arrived. Because all this stuff on this earth, it means nothing. To us it does, because our God is what we worship. Our God is material. I'm not saying worship. Our God is material things. The average, I can't even see the average person. Give me the below average person and higher. Hell, give me the poorest person higher. As human beings, it is so easy for us to get so wrapped up in this thing we call life. We live a life with no meaning. A life with no meaning, and we have no substance in what we do in our life. Our only claim to fame is how many friends can I make and who can I get to like me? You lose who you are just to make somebody else happy. But at the same time, on the inside, you are the most miserable, unhappy person. That is not life, everybody. Sometimes your family is not going to like you. Hell, sometimes you're not going to like yourself. Excuse me. You know, all I'm trying to say is, whether the masses are against you or not, live your truth, live your authentic, live your life, because at the end of the day, if you live your life for somebody else, you only get one life. I can't live my life to make somebody else happy so that you can have a happy life. So why would you make somebody else's life happy and you're miserable? That is stupid as hell. I would not do it. Don't ever forget where you came from. Because where you came from, I hope you're going to a better place. Because if you get where you came from, wherever your stupid ass came from, you're going back to that same place. And on that, I'm going to close this video. I want to say right now, again, I really appreciate my subscribers. And I'm gonna shout you all. I'm gonna write everybody's name down. Right now I have 62 subscribers. I'm almost 2 years in, and guess what? I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. It's very hard to open up the camera and let the world in, and you don't know me. And I don't know you. You never know what you're gonna get. But I would say this. The people who I have not received not one bad comment. Not to say it ain't coming, because I'm sure it's coming. You make sure when you do YouTube, you stay true to yourself, okay? Don't you change for no subscriber. Don't you change for anybody. You got to get on this camera. You exposing yourself. People are going to like you. People are going to hate you. It's okay. Hell, you go to work every day. In your family, there's some people who hate you. And there's some people who love you. So the point I'm trying to make is, stay in your truth. Be authentic. Be real. And be raw. And be vulnerable. Hold on now. No, let's take the last part back. Don't be vulnerable now. Okay, you can be vulnerable. Don't be stupid. So what? We all go through things in life. There's stuff that happened. Listen, my life was not always like this. And let me get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. I don't have it going on, okay? I know how to work with what I got. There are things that happened in my life, and I would say this. I had angels all around me. I should not be here right now. Because, you know, you're 20, young, dumb, and full of cum. You know the statement. I have gotten myself into some stuff. But, can I ask you all a question? And give me your honest opinion. Have you ever been in a situation, it's very personal in nature. You're not going to share with anybody because Lord knows I've been there. I experienced certain things. And then I see my friends go through it. They actually died. And I'm saying, but I was with you when this happened. Or I did the same things. Or, you always, first we can't question God. You always sit back and you always ask yourself, why them and not me? Stop asking yourself that question, because guess what? One day it's gonna be you, and when it happens to you, you might not like the circumstances on how you're gonna end up in this world. Don't ask that question. Live, abide, and obey. That's all I gotta say. It's okay. Your subscribers know when you real and they know when you fake. You can't have who you really are. Because at some point, you're gonna manifest yourself. If you choose, whether you do YouTube or not, you're gonna manifest yourself to the world. If they hate you, F them. Anyway, deuces, I really thank you for watching my video. My subscribers, if you do YouTube, I want you to blow up and be billionaires. Listen, I'm older. Whether you're older than me, younger than me, I don't really care. I want you to do well on your YouTube channel. And I'm gonna set forth that blessing in front of all my YouTubers. Whether you watch my videos or not. See, that kind of stuff don't bother me. I'm not a jealous person. So that goes for everybody. My next video, I'm gonna write everybody's name down that left me a comment. I'm gonna shout you out. And the most important thing is this. If you all are on YouTube and you're starting out, don't forget where you came from and who put you on this platform. Because without them, and you making all this money, you have a fiduciary responsibility to give back to the community. Do not be one of those selfish people. That's not good. Because you will not get your blessing. I done rambled on everybody. I'm getting off this video because I'm about to say take my contacts out. No, I'm gonna take these clothes off. I'm gonna lay across the bed, pass some gas. Of course, I'm gonna drink some more. I want no water. I need something stronger. But I do want to meet some of you all that I've talked with about that leave me comments, because you guys you guys inspire me. And I think tomorrow's video, we're gonna stop right here. I'm gonna talk about my YouTube journey in more detail. I'm not gonna give any spoilers. Probably not tomorrow. I'll probably do it this weekend because I have a lot of stuff going on at work. Maybe this weekend I'm gonna shed some light, because I don't mind I do not mind giving up answers. Or you wanna give me a call, say, Charles, how you do X, Y, and Z? I will do that. So on that note, you all live your life, be safe, don't be stupid, be smart now, be strategic, mind your business. You may mind your business, other folks might try to get in your business. Make your haters your naysayers. That's what I gotta say. If people say that you ain't gonna do X, Y, and Z, prove them wrong. Who cares what they think? They talking because they're jealous. Right now I'm jealous because my glass empty, because I'm a drunk. I'm just joking. I love you all. Love you all. Oops. Listen, I'm messing up my dollar store prop back here. It's my stage back here. Ain't Tyler Perry though, but it'll do. It'll do. All right, I'm out of here. Love ya.